Please pause for the moment of silence. Please stand for the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Good morning, Texans. Today is Tuesday, February 5th.
We have information on some interesting fundraisers that are coming up.
Plus a story on an epidemic that has taken over all around the U.S. that could cause horrific long-term effects. I'm Bailey Staten.
And I'm Allie Jo Owens. And NHSTV Live starts right now.
Graduation is approaching quick, so there are a few things that need to be taken care of soon. If you haven't ordered your cap and gown already, you need to order them as soon as you can so you aren't cutting it too close to graduation. You can order them at jostens.com or call 1-800-567-8367.
Also, seniors, you need to report your scholarship offers and the college you're planning to attend to the email down below. And finally, the senior panoramic picture is Thursday, February 14th during Invest in the Texas Gym. So seniors, be sure to look your best.
On a more serious note, this trend, although said to be helpful in combating tobacco and other addictive substances, is actually not so good for your health and has some devastating effects. NHSTV reporter Grace White has the story.
Herbert A. Gilbert invented a product in 2009 to help current smokers quit smoking cigarettes. Instead, a few years later, e-liquid was created, and vaping is now an epidemic, leading many teens and non-smokers into a harmful addiction.
So nicotine is very damaging on the body. It causes high blood pressure, it causes the adrenaline in your body to spike, which can lead to heart attack.
And vaping devices called Juuls have been very popular, especially among teens.
One Juul pod can contain enough nicotine for an entire pack of cigarettes.
In a recent Johns Hopkins research study, they found that the nicotine that was in the pods was more addicting than heroin and cocaine. Whether through e-cigs or conventional cigarettes, it still has harmful effects on the body.
One of the most dangerous, scary ones is diacetyl. About 75% of the Juul pods contain the diacetyl.
Harvard did a study that they conducted in the lab, and the amount of diacetyl that was found in the e-cigarettes was so high that they could not fully measure the amount.
And diacetyl is something that is an additive in the microwave popcorn butter. So it's okay to eat, like in just small amounts, but whenever you start inhaling large amounts of that diacetyl, it can cause a really bad problem in the lungs that most people have heard of called popcorn lung. And it is irreversible.
Irreversible lung damage can cause a great amount of damage in the lungs, almost like COPD, which elderly people get from smoking from all of their life. Except for this is now in 17 and 18-year-olds, and they are going to be living with this for the rest of their life. And there is still so much that we don't know about vaping.
Johns Hopkins and Harvard both, they're doing studies, currently, and there's just a lot of unknowns with vaping. And the unknowns are kind of scary, whether it's teens or adults putting the chemicals in their body that they don't really know all the dangers, but they do know some of them, and the ones that we do know are really bad.
So think about your choices carefully, Texans. Is hitting that Juul really worth it? For NHSTV, this has been Grace White.
Thanks, Grace. In related news, the Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office reports that a 24-year-old man died on January 29th in Keller when an e-cigarette exploded in his face. Remember, students, the dangers of using these substances. In other news, in Southern California, a retired Chicago police officer crashed a small plane into a house, killing himself and the 4 people in the home, as well as injuring 2 more. Residents in the area broke into panic when the plane began to break apart in mid-air, scattering debris across the neighborhood. Other than the pilot, the deceased individuals have yet to be identified. Our hearts go out to all those affected by this incident.
Everybody is gearing up for Trump's long-awaited State of the Union address set to happen tonight at 8 p.m. The address, which had been pushed back due to the government shutdown, will likely cover all the hot topics that have taken over Washington, from the possibility to another shutdown to the president's plans for immigration and border security, and to the state of our economy. As per usual, controversy surrounds the Union address, as Democratic Senator Schumer has his doubts about the address and Trump's administration as a whole.
We're all glad the government's back open. Federal workers are back on the job, getting paid. But the recent government shutdown speaks to the fundamental uncertainty about the state of our union. Tomorrow, the President will say predictably that the state of our union is strong. But the truth is, the state of the Trump economy is failing America's middle class. The state of the Trump healthcare system is failing American families. And the state of the Trump administration is embroiled in chaos and incompetence.
Meanwhile, Trump's counselor, Kellyanne Conway, believes there will be more unity because of the address.
He's calling for cooperation, and he's calling for comity, C-O-M-I-T-Y, and also compromise, and is going to point out a couple of examples where this has actually happened on his watch. I think it's also an address that celebrates so many accomplishments for the United States of America that he would like to highlight as the leader of our nation.
Moving from the federal to our student government, elections are fast approaching, and student council is busier than ever. Now's the time for this week's edition of Stuco Corner.
I'm in studio with Riley Hammonds. So what has Stuco been up to lately?
So we have our Top Golf tournament coming up on February 24th, and for $60 a person can join a team of 4 to compete for top prizes, and they get unlimited food and drink, and they also get a lifetime membership to Top Golf. And we also have our mental health awareness campaign coming up. So the state project is Resolve to Rise, Change Lives. And so for that, we're having a drive for toiletries and stress relieving materials and stuff like that. And we're creating a package to send to the mental health facilities in our area that are in necessity.
That's really good. So yesterday I heard there was a Race to End Racism campaign.
So yesterday we attended a forum in Dallas hosted by Highland Park High School. It's called Race to End Racism, and basically it covers the topic of racism and the issue in schools and communities, and how as a student council we can address it without making it as uncomfortable as it usually is. So it was a really good eye-opening conference.
No, that's really good. So where can they go if they want to talk about this more?
So we have our meeting tomorrow in room 636 during Invest if you want to learn more about what we're doing and how you can get involved for next year.
That's great. Thank you so much for coming in. We loved having you. Stay tuned for next week's edition of Stuco Corner.
I think it's really cool about the Top Golf thing and about what they said about what they're sending for mental health.
Yeah, for sure.
And the packages and all that.
It seems like a really great cause.
Yeah, it really is. I think it's great what they're doing. And yeah.
Tomorrow we have a highlight on a science-turned-math teacher who coaches some of our Texan cheer squad.
And some more insight on how you can give back to your community in this year's big event.
Have a great Tuesday, and thanks for watching NHSTV Live.